Hello and welcome to your 2019 Employee Benefits Open Enrollment presentation. My name is Megan Miles and I am from USI Insurance Services, your benefits broker. I work very closely with your UMA benefits team, Ira Nelson, your Associate Director of Benefits, and Kelly Cope, your benefits coordinator, to put together your benefits package. We are very happy to announce that this year we were able to lower all of your medical deductibles and lower all medical premiums for 2019. Sit back, relax, and let's get started. During this presentation, I will be going over what is staying the same, who is eligible for coverage, open enrollment, what's changing in 2019, new resources available to you, HIPAA, an overview of your benefit plans, the enrollment process, and resources to answer your questions. Open enrollment is your opportunity to enroll in the 2019 UMA benefits. You may change coverage options and add or drop dependents. The only other opportunity you will have to make changes to your benefits during the year is if you have a qualifying life event. Examples of qualifying events are marriage, birth, loss or gain of other coverage. You must notify HR within 30 days of the event, otherwise you will have to wait until next open enrollment to make those changes. As I mentioned in the beginning, medical deductibles and premiums have been lowered for 2019. Everything else is staying exactly the same. All plans and carriers will not change. The $100 per month spousal surcharge will still be in effect, as well as the $50 per month tobacco surcharge. Also, the Empyrean enrollment platform via goenrollmentpoint.com is still where you will make your benefit elections. All active regular and limited full-time employees are eligible to enroll in the UMA benefits. New hires are effective first of the month following 30 days of employment. You may also enroll your legally married spouse and dependent children up to age 26. This includes stepchildren, legally adopted children, and children of whom you are their legal guardian. Children over 26 may be covered if they are disabled, as long as they are disabled prior to turning 26 and must be dependent on you for support. If you would like to cover your dependents on the voluntary life insurance, they must be unmarried. This year, you will see a new requirement when enrolling dependents in benefits. You will be required to provide dependent verification documents. Open enrollment ends on November 12th, but you will have until December 31st, 2018 to provide the required documents. If the documents are not submitted on time, your dependents will be removed from your 2019 elections. Examples of approved documents are birth certificates, marriage certificates, and the first page of your tax return. Open enrollment is October 29th through November 12th. This year will be an active open enrollment. This means that all benefits eligible team members must make an affirmative election to enroll, even if you are not planning on making any changes or waiving coverage. Failure to complete the online enrollment by November 12th will result in no coverage for 2019. Coverages will not automatically roll over. We have a new resource for you this year. We now have the USI Benefit Resource Center, or BRC, available. Benefit advocates are available to answer your benefit-related questions Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern and Central Standard Time. They may be contacted via email or phone. The BRC is ready to assist you with virtually any benefits-related circumstance you may be facing, with the exception of 401k and enrolling in the Empyrean portal. They can assist you with deciding which plan is the best fit for you, answer benefit and policy questions, eligibility and claims issues, claims appeals, and much more. They are great with answering multiple benefit questions too. Instead of having to reach out to each carrier, you can speak to the same BRC representative from start to finish for all of your benefit questions. Contact information is at the bottom of the slide. You may have also seen emails go out with their contact info. Wallet cards are available from your UMA benefits team, and it's in your benefits at a glance. Their contact information may also be found in the new USI mobile app. So that's a good segue into the second brand new resource available to you. That's the free USI mobile app. Simply go to your app store on your cell phone and search for USI EB, EB as in employee benefits. After scrolling through the intro pages, you will be prompted to enter in a code. Enter 526957. This will bring you to the UMA home screen. There you can view the benefits at a glance and informative videos. On the plan screen, you will see all of the UMA plan offerings. Each plan screen has carrier contact info, a place where you can take a picture of your ID cards and house them right in the app. You can also view policy documents and more informational videos. The resources screen has the BRC contact info, your UMA benefits team's contact info, and contact information for Empyrean. I would encourage everyone to download this app. It is going to be a one-stop shop for all of your benefit needs. When you log into the Empyrean portal, you will be asked to acknowledge UMA's HIPAA notification. HIPAA stands for the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. This basically ensures that your private health information will not be shared with anyone without your permission. Now let's talk about your medical and pharmacy plans. Again, your medical coverage is remaining with UMR.
When choosing a medical plan, you may have a choice between a PPO and an HDHP. What do these letters mean, and how do they impact what you pay and where you go for care? Rest easy. It's not as complicated as you think. Here's a quick overview that will help you understand the acronyms. With a PPO, or Preferred Provider Organization, you need to see the doctors listed as in-network to get the most coverage from the plan. PPOs don't require you to go to a primary care doctor before you visit a specialist. With a PPO, you will make a predefined payment, known as a copay, each time you visit a doctor or specialist. A PPO generally costs you more out of your paycheck than an HDHP. So what about the HDHP, or High Deductible Health Plan? This type of plan is sometimes called a CDHP, or Consumer Driven Health Plan. It's called Consumer Driven because you have more control. Typically, similar to a PPO, you aren't required to see a primary care doctor prior to seeing a specialist. HDHP plans generally cost less out of your paycheck, but you have a higher deductible, which means that if you need care, you will cover most of the cost until you meet your deductible. A health savings account, or HSA, can be attached to an HDHP to help cover healthcare expenses. An HSA is a savings account used to put pre-tax dollars aside specifically for your out-of-pocket health expenses. Like a regular savings account, your HSA earns interest and is yours to keep if you leave your employer. To sum it up, PPOs typically cost more per month than HDHPs, while HDHPs usually offer a lower monthly premium. An HDHP requires you to meet a higher deductible before your insurance plan begins to pay for services. But with a high deductible health plan, you can use a health savings account to help you cover healthcare expenses.
So you have the option to enroll in the Bronze or Silver plan, which are the HDHPs, or the Gold plan, which is the PPO. So which plan do you choose? I advise you to review your prior year's medical expenses and review your total claims costs. Then ask yourself, do you anticipate any surgeries or hospitalizations for you or your family in the upcoming year? Do you prefer to pay a higher deductible with a lower payroll deduction? And if so, are you prepared to pay the high deductible in case of an unexpected medical event? And here are those medical deductible changes. The first column are the current 2018 deductibles for each plan. The second column are the new 2019 deductibles. And the last column is the difference between the two. We are very happy to be able to provide these fantastic savings for all three of the plan options. Along with decreasing the deductibles, we decreased all medical premiums, plus we added a fifth tier of coverage for those employees that wish to cover one child. This new tier will offer a lower premium versus employees with 2 or more children. The first column is the current Bronze plan's per pay deductions, and the second column are the 2019 Bronze plan deductions. Then Silver current, Silver new, Gold current, Gold new.
Benefit plans often involve sharing the cost of coverage, both in the form of deductions from your paycheck and when you go to the doctor. The terms used to describe these transactions may be confusing at first, so let's take a moment to define some of the more frequently used terms. Premium. This is the amount of money taken out of your paycheck and is the cost of having insurance coverage. All plans have a premium. Deductible. The amount of money you must pay for the care out of pocket before your health insurance begins to share in the cost of care. Most plans have an individual deductible and a family deductible. Most plans have a deductible. Co-payment. This is a fixed amount of money you pay each time you go to the doctor or purchase prescriptions. The amount can vary depending on where you go for care, the type of doctor you see, and the type of prescription you are taking. Not all plans have co-payments. Out-of-pocket maximum. An out-of-pocket maximum is just what it sounds like. The maximum amount of money you will pay out of your own pocket during the plan year. After you reach this point, your insurance plan will pay 100% of the cost of care up to any specific limits your policy may have. Just like with the deductible, there is an individual out-of-pocket maximum as well as a family out-of-pocket maximum. Most plans have an out-of-pocket maximum. All the money you pay towards your plan's deductible goes towards your out-of-pocket maximum. The amount you pay for your premium and any health costs not covered by your plan do not count towards your out-of-pocket maximum.
Here's an overview of your prescription coverage. On the Bronze plan, you must meet your major medical deductible, and then the plan pays 80% of your prescription drugs. The Silver plan has copays after you've met the major medical deductible. Generics are $10, preferred brands are $40, and non-preferred brands are $60. The Gold plan is strictly copays, no deductible applies. Copays are $10, $30, or $50 depending on which tier your prescription falls under. If you have a maintenance medication like high blood pressure or high cholesterol medication, I would encourage that you set this up through the mail order program. You will receive a 90-day supply of your prescription delivered right to your door. There is a cost savings as well. Mail order is 2.5 times the retail copay, so you will be saving a half a copay by going through the mail order program. Out of everything that we talk about in this presentation, preventive care is the most important. Preventive care on all 3 plans is covered at 100% and no deductible is required as long as you stay in network. This includes annual physicals, well-woman exams, well-child exams, routine colonoscopies, and routine mammograms. It is important that you and your family are up to date with all preventive screenings, including those cancer screenings based on your age and gender. Here are a couple lists of preventive visits that are covered for children and adults. There is a tobacco and spousal surcharge. Employees who have smoked in the past 60 days and have not participated in a tobacco cessation program will receive a $50 per month surcharge on medical premiums. Married employees who have spouses with coverage available through another employer and still elect to enroll in the UMA plan will receive a $100 per month surcharge on their medical premiums. We all know how inconvenient it is to come down with the flu or any other minor illness. You try to get into your primary care doctor, but they schedule out weeks in advance, and urgent care is either closed or too expensive, and forget about waiting in the emergency room just for them to charge you an arm and a leg after. There's a solution for you, Teladoc. Teladoc allows you to speak to a doctor 24/7, 365 by phone, online video, or mobile app. Aside from not being able to get into your PCP, it also is convenient if you're traveling or too ill to leave your house. Other minor illnesses that you can use Teladoc for are allergies, bronchitis, migraines, pink eye, ear infections, sinus infections, and much more. You simply speak to a doctor who's located in the same state you are in, tell them your symptoms, and they will send you a prescription over to your designated pharmacy. If they feel that you should be going to your PCP or the ER, they will tell you to do so. If you are traveling, they will even help you locate a nearby pharmacy. If you are enrolled in either the Bronze or Silver plan, you are covered 100% after your deductible has been met. The full consult fee is $45 until you meet that deductible, which is less than going to urgent care. If you're on the Gold plan, you'll pay a $10 copay, which is less than going to your primary care physician. You simply call 800-362-2667 or go online to teladoc.com. I would recommend going onto the site right away and completing your medical history. Just like when you first go and see a provider, you'd have to fill out your medical history, any current prescriptions that you're taking. You would also want to set up your designated pharmacy and your payment information. That way, when you actually need to use the service, it's already taken care of. There are a couple of different types of spending accounts available to you, an FSA and an HSA. So we're going to start with the flexible spending accounts, or FSAs. There are two types of FSAs, a healthcare and a dependent care account. The healthcare flexible spending account has an annual maximum of $2,650. It's a great way for you to save money on pre-planned health expenses. Participation is voluntary and savings are tax-free. Your annual pledge is available immediately on January 1st. You have until mid-March of the following year to spend your FSA funds. Any unused funds at that time will be forfeited, so plan very carefully. Keep in mind that you do have the FSA store available to you to use those FSA funds. The second type of FSA is a dependent care account. The annual maximum for the dependent care account is $5,000. This plan allows you to pay for IRS-approved dependent daycare expenses. As with the healthcare account, funds are use it or lose it, but unlike the healthcare account, only the amount that has been payroll deducted is available for use. Some examples of eligible expenses are daycare and preschool for children to age 13, adult daycare, before and after school programs, and camps. It is important to keep good records, so be sure to save your receipts and make sure that they are detailed. Here are some examples of eligible and ineligible expenses. A complete list can be found on the IRS website as well as the Benefit Strategies website. A health savings account, or HSA, is an account that you may use to pay for medical expenses, much like the FSA. You must be eligible to have an HSA, and you may only spend the dollars on qualified medical expenses. So how do you find out if you're eligible for an HSA? You must be enrolled in one of the HDHPs, which is basically the bronze or silver plan for your purposes. You cannot be enrolled in Medicare, TRICARE, or VA for the last 3 months. You cannot be claimed as a dependent on someone else's tax return. And you or your spouse cannot have an FSA unless it's a limited purpose FSA, which can only be used on dental and vision expenses. If you have individual enrollment in one of the HDHPs, the contribution limit is $3,500 per year. UMA will contribute towards your account. Bronze plan enrollees will get a $500 contribution, and silver plan enrollees will get $250. Now keep in mind that employer contribution does apply to the maximum, so just keep that in mind when you are selecting your annual maximum. If you have family coverage, the maximum is $7,000, with employer contributions of $1,000 or $500 depending on which plan you're enrolled in. Employer contributions for the HSAs are available immediately on January 1st. Any additional contributions that you elect will be available as they are payroll deducted. If you're 55 years or older and not enrolled in Medicare, you may contribute an additional $1,000 per year. So who can spend the dollars in an HSA account? You, the employee, who's the account holder, your legal spouse, and any tax dependents may use the HSA. Dependents do not need to be enrolled in the medical plans to be able to use this account. Some other eligible expenses that you may use your HSA for are premiums for COBRA, premiums for coverage while receiving unemployment compensation, and Medicare premiums for individuals over age 65. If you happen to terminate employment or coverage underneath one of the HDHPs, you cannot use the funds in the HSA to cover premiums for coverage under another employer's plan, but you can still use the funds for out-of-pocket expenses such as copays and deductibles. It's always good to keep good records for both FSAs and HSAs. Save your receipts and make sure they are itemized. You may not use the HSA and FSA expenses as an itemized deduction on your taxes. Do not send these records with your tax returns, just keep them as your tax records. Let's move on to dental. There are no changes to the dental plans this year. We are still with Delta Dental. Here's a brief overview of the two dental plans. Each plan has a $50 individual deductible and $150 deductible for families. The low plan benefit maximum is $1,500 and the high plan is $2,000. The dental maximums are different than the medical maximums. With medical, your maximum is the most that you will pay per year. With the dental, it is the most that the plan will pay per year. The deductibles are waived for preventive services on each plan, and preventive services do not apply to your benefit maximum. Preventive care on each plan is covered 100%, and this includes your exams and twice per year cleanings. Basic services for the low plan are covered 60% after deductible and 80% after deductible on the high plan, and this includes fillings and simple extractions. Major services are covered 50% on both plans after deductible, and that includes crowns, bridges, and dentures. On the low plan, root canals and periodontic cleanings are covered under major services, and on the high plan, they're covered under basic services. The low plan offers orthodontia coverage for dependent children up to age 19 at 50% up to a lifetime maximum per child of $1,000. The high plan covers orthodontia for adults and dependent children at 50% up to a lifetime maximum per individual of $1,500. And let's move on to the vision plan. Again, no changes. We're still with IMED. Here are some highlights of the vision plan. Exams are covered every 12 months after a $10 copay. Lenses are covered every 12 months after a $25 copay, and those are for basic lenses like single vision, bifocal, and trifocal lenses. Progressive lenses are covered after a $90 copay. Frames are covered every 24 months with a $130 allowance. Amounts over the $130 have a 20% discount. IMED also offers the Freedom Pass if you visit a Target or Sears optical center. Any frame, any brand, no matter what the retail price is, will cost you $0. That's at Target or Sears Optical. Elective contacts in lieu of eyeglass lenses are covered every 12 months with a $110 allowance. Now we will move on to the life insurance through Mutual of Omaha. Ultimate Medical Academy provides eligible employees with $50,000 of basic life and AD&D insurance at no cost to you. So make sure you're updating your beneficiaries when you're completing your enrollment. You also have the option to purchase additional voluntary life insurance. Employees may elect in increments of $10,000 up to the lesser of 7 times annual salary or $500,000. You may also elect coverage for your spouse in increments of $5,000 up to $250,000, but may not exceed 50% of the employee's election. Child life may be elected in $2,000 increments up to $10,000. Employees must be enrolled in voluntary life insurance in order to elect coverage for spouses or children. An evidence of insurability form is required if you elect coverage more than the guaranteed issue amount of $200,000 for employees and $20,000 for spouses. We will be having a true open enrollment for voluntary life insurance. This means that this open enrollment period only, you will have a second chance to enroll in voluntary life insurance for you and your spouse up to the guaranteed issue without completing the EOI. Voluntary life insurance is very inexpensive. You can view the costs in your enrollment guide. Next is disability insurance, also through Mutual of Omaha. UMA provides all eligible employees long-term disability coverage at no cost to you. This coverage pays 60% up to a monthly maximum of $10,000 after a 180-day waiting period. Since there is a 180-day waiting period before those benefits will start paying, you have the option to purchase voluntary short-term disability insurance that will fill in that gap. This plan covers 60% of your weekly pay up to $2,000 per week after a 7-day waiting period. The benefit pays up to 25 weeks, but there is a pre-existing condition limitation. They will look back 3 months, and if you've had any medical attention or taken prescriptions for that condition, they will exclude the condition for 6 months. Like the voluntary life insurance, we are doing a one-time only open enrollment on the short-term disability coverage. This means it will be guaranteed issues with no medical questions asked. Next to the medical insurance, this is your second most important benefit offering. Disability coverage is the insurance for your paycheck. Next, we're going to talk about the additional benefits offered by Mutual of Omaha. The Employee Assistance Plan, or EAP, is available to all employees and their families at no additional cost. This is included with your employer-paid benefits. An EAP is a short-term counseling and referral service. It is 100% confidential, available 24/7, and you also get 4 free face-to-face visits included. Some of the issues that the EAP can assist with are family and personal relationships, grief, depression, stress, financial advice, legal advice, and more. Contact information for the EAP is in your Benefits at a Glance, as well as the mobile app. You also have some worksite benefits available to you through Allstate. Accident insurance pays you cash benefits for a variety of covered occurrences associated with an accident. The benefits can be used to pay for deductibles, treatment, rent, and more. There are 2 plans to choose from, a basic and an enhanced plan. Both plans provide coverage for both on and off-the-job accidents. Critical illness insurance helps pay for those out-of-pocket expenses associated with a covered critical illness such as heart attack, stroke, cancer, and kidney failure. You will receive a cash benefit based on the percentage payable for the condition. There are also 2 plans to choose from, a $10,000 and a $20,000 plan. Premiums are based on the employee's age and tobacco use status. Now let's recap the enrollment process. Once again, this year is an active enrollment. All benefit eligible employees must log in and make elections. No coverage from 2018 will roll over. No enrollments or changes will be accepted after open enrollment ends unless you have a qualifying life event. Remember to log into goenrollmentpoint.com. If you have any questions with enrollment or need assistance, please call 844-839-0003. Thank you for all that you do to champion students' outcomes. You are amazing. All enrollments are due by November 12th, 2018 by 11:59 p.m. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the BRC or your UMA benefits team. Thank you for taking this time to review your benefit options. Have a great day, and here's to a fantastic 2019.